Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. Right now, we're going to discuss the revelation by Senator Shehu Sani, the former senator representing Kaduna Central, of the plot by the northern political elite to ensure that President Tinubu becomes a one-term president, and how they are going about it. That is what we're going to talk about in this video. Then we now look at it in context. What is playing out about the issue of presidency in 2027? Should it still remain in the South in 2027, or should it not be allowed to grab it back, as Shehu Sani is alleging? So let's look at what Shehu Sani has to say, and then we'll go and look at the thing in context in terms of whether Tinubu deserves to be a one-term president or not. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. Now, Senator Shehu Sani, a former senator representing Kaduna Central Senatorial District, has claimed that the recent visit by some prominent northern politicians to former President Muhammadu Buhari was an attempt to unseat President Tinubu in 2027. Senator Sani, on his verified Facebook page, said the same Buhari who led Nigeria for 8 years left the north worse than he met it, adding that it is too early to forget what Buhari did. He wrote, and I quote, "The recent visits by some prominent northern politicians to Daura appears to be a usual Eid homage, but looking deeper and beyond the facade, it is surreptitiously a new attempt to build a strong northern alliance using ex-President Buhari as a rallying point to challenge and evict President Tinubu's government in 2027. It is a regrouping of northern political forces for the next general election, a project that will eventually kiss the dust. They want to resurrect Buhari's political charm, fanaticism, and mobilize the gullible to another hollow and bewildering end. They want to stock up and light up the Arewa sentiment without considering the inferno it will eventually generate. By the time he left power, poverty and insecurity were at their peak more than at any time in Nigeria's history. They had power and wasted it. What do they want to do with it again? A Southerner has been in power for just 1 year. It is too early for the desperate and power-hungry northern elite to start plotting. The South never did that to Buhari. Their intended action has the capacity to ruin the democratic process and wreck the fragile unity of the country when the South is awakened to this reality. Their obsession with power is condemnable. Opposition to Tinubu from the point of policies, promises, and programs of his administration is a democratic right of any Nigerian. Peace has the right to speak. Okay, Nigerians has the right to speak and criticize the government, but attempts to whip up northern sentiments to achieve their political ends is a dangerous political experiment and expedition at this material time. No serious Southerner challenged Buhari for 8 years. These power-drunk northern politicians are dragging the region into a new political journey through a landmine. Buhari's reign ensured nepotistic placement, installation. Buhari's reign ensured nepotistic placement, installation, and dominance of Northerners at strategic positions of authority and power for 8 years. Results had shown that they only enrich themselves, pillage the economy of the country, and pauperize the country. The Daura homage of the disgruntled and the obsessed will fail. Our people in the north should reject these faces and their plots. They have nothing to offer. From the abandoned Baro Port, Ajokuta, Lake Chad Basin refilling, and Mambila hydropower, they failed. They came to power when the north was in the hands of terrorists and left it in the joint hands of terrorists and bandits. The northern Talakawas should reject their antics, Senator Shehu Sani said. Now, if you think that Senator Shehu Sani is joking, even the presidency seems to be aware of this plot that is ongoing. So the presidency is not joking. It appears they are aware of what is going on. How do I know? Well, to show that the presidency is aware of what is going on by the northern elite, to ensure that Tinubu becomes a one-term president. The presidency has moved ahead to resuscitate the Southern Governors Forum that had been moribund for a long time. You know, the Southern Governors Forum, which President Tinubu used as a vehicle to come to power, was abandoned shortly after he became president. You know that the Southern Governors Forum, led by late Akeredolu, was instrumental in giving threats to northern Nigeria, especially those in APC, that power must shift to southern Nigeria. That was what they did. All the whole braggadocio they were doing that time, that power must return to south, which literally made APC to allow the power to move to the south in terms of their tickets, was largely as a result of the Southern Governors Forum insisting that power must return to the south. And it was engineered by late Akeredolu, who was a puppet of Bola Tinubu, who was doing his bidding at that time. Okay, because it was not based on fairness, justice, and equity, which they were fighting for. Because on the face of it, the Southern Governors Forum, in demanding that after 8 years of President Buhari, that power should come back to the south, sound altruistic on the face value. But those who were pushing it, like Bola Tinubu and Akeredolu, they were insincere. Because if it was fairness, justice, and equity, they would have insisted that the presidential candidate of APC must come from the southeast, that has never produced a president before since 1999. And they have a lot of capable men who could have been president from southeast. We have people like Dr. Bonayono of blessed memory, and several other people in APC. So it wasn't altruistic, it wasn't done in southern interest, it was done in Tinubu's interest. Because this South presidency coming to the south in 2023 was not supposed to go to southwest. Southwest had produced Obasanjo for 8 years produced Yemi Osinbajo as vice president for 8 years. For 16 years, Southwest had a presidency. We are in the presidential villa for 16 good years. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu insisted that he must be the one to get it. So it wasn't altruistic. Even now they are rallying the Southern governors, which I will get to. It is just for Tinubu's interest. It is not that Tinubu is there to represent the Southern interest. At best, he is representing some selected interests in Southwest. But that is not. He's not representing the interests of Southern Nigeria, as they would want us to believe, as they have now tried to resuscitate the Southern Governors Forum to be able to counter the plots by the Northern elite. Now, let me now say show you what I mean, that the presidency is aware and they are trying to resuscitate the Southern Governors Forum to have a pushback. Whether it will succeed or not remains to be seen. Now, on June 24th, 2024, that's that should be on Monday, or Tuesday, Monday, June 24, 2024. That's what it is. The Ogun State Governor, Prince Dakpo Abiodun, was elected the new chairman of the Southern Governors Forum, with Anambra State Governor, Professor Charles Soludo, emerging as the vice chairman. Of course, we know that Soludo, even though he is an Abga governor, had been more APC than even the APC people at the national level. He says whatever that will please the ears of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So it is good that in this setup, which they want to use to counter and fight the Northern elite, that he is put in a prime position to be able to play a role to satisfy Tinubu that indeed he is loyal to his presidency. Now, also let us also note that Abiodun emerged chairman after the death of Rotimi Akeredolu that I talked about before. Now, 16 governors were in attendance, except the governor of Rivers State, Simi Fubara. You know that Simi Fubara is now embattled. And you would have expected the Southern governors to be able to have a thought about their colleague, Simi Fubara, that was not present. But the gathering was not about the interest of anybody, but the interest of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So that was why they never bothered to show solidarity to their colleague in Rivers State, who is under siege by the Tinubu administration. A man who is the chief security officer of Rivers State, but is not allowed to exercise that authority because his so-called godfather had allegedly colluded with Bola Ahmed Tinubu to make life uncomfortable for him in Rivers State, to make sure that his government does not move forward. They didn't bother to talk about him. Ordinarily, we would have expected the governors to show solidarity and mention their first meeting in several months, and one of their governors is embattled as a result of the high-handedness of the federal government. But they didn't remember him, because that gathering was all about Bola Ahmed Tinubu and how they should be able to ensure that presidency remain in the South. And now presidency remaining in the South, they meant, is that so that Tinubu will remain president after 2027, so that he does not become a one-term president. They want us to believe that it is in the interest of the South for Tinubu to be there for 8 years. But Tinubu was instrumental, colluding with this same Northern elite to ensure that Jonathan became a one-term president. Tinubu colluded with them. He never thought about the South. He was thinking about his own personal interests, so that the North would grab power from Jonathan in 2015, so that in 2023 he will present himself and say that it is his turn. So anybody who is looking at this as this is a fight between North and South over who takes over in 2027 may be missing it. But truly, I believe that in a principle of federal character, which we operate, power is not supposed to go back to the north in 2027. It's supposed to remain in the south. But it's not supposed to remain in the hands of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Southwest. The Southwest have had a fair share of the presidency. The Southwest has produced Bola Ahmed Tinubu for 8 years, produced Yemi Osinbajo for 8 years, producing Tinubu for 4 years. They have no business to be in the presidency in 2027. So my own is that if the South are serious, if they want the power to remain in the South, they better rally around Peter Obi of the Labour Party to be the face of the South in 2027. Anything short of that, the North will grab this power. I'm just saying it as a note of warning to certain politicians. If they want power to remain in the South, they must reach out to Peter Obi as a rallying point of Southern politicians to ensure that Peter Obi from Southeast becomes the next president of Nigeria in 2027. But if South retaining it is for you to remain with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, then the North can as well grab it, and they are likely to grab it. That is my take. Because we cannot pretend to be fighting for justice, fairness, and equity that power has stayed for 8 years in the North with Buhari. Now it has come to the South, it has stayed 4 years, and the North is looking for it desperately. Of course, they can grab it if the South does not put its house in order, because there is no equity that the Southwest, after producing president for 16 years, and if you add Bola Ahmed Tinubu's 4 years, for 20 years, they still want to be president in 2027. It doesn't add up. That's a lot more injustice than even the North can be accused of perpetrating by insisting that they get the power back after just one term of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That's my take. If the South is serious, they better build alliance around Peter Obi, so that for fairness, justice, and equity, even for in terms of capacity and what have you, Peter Obi has more capacity than Bola Ahmed Tinubu to set this country right. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has already grabbed 2023 to 2027. He should step down so that Peter Obi will be the man that the South will present in a united front to confront Bola Ahmed, to confront the North. And if Peter Obi is the candidate and is supported by the South has all it takes to ensure that the North doesn't grab this power in 2027. But anything short of that, I can tell you for free, the North can grab this power from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and he will become a one-term president, just like Jonathan. That's my take on this matter. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.